Welcome back to my channel IMDb 8 Recap. Today I'm going to explain an American horror thriller movie Don't Breathe, released in the year 2016. The movie is about a group of 3 friends who break into a blind man's house to steal, but it turns out that the robbery isn't as easy as they thought it would be. The blind man is a ruthless war veteran who makes this theft almost impossible for them, and on top of that he has a big secret that he needs to protect. But before we begin, please subscribe to our channel and beware of the spoilers. The movie opens with 3 friends named Money and Alex, and their third partner is a girl named Rocky. They are seen inside a fancy house where Rocky and Alex steal all the valuables while Money is seen peeing. After stealing everything valuable from the house, Alex breaks the door glass before leaving. This was done to make it look like a theft. Alex's father has a security company, and they used to always steal things from the houses which had his father's security system installed. In the following scene, Rocky is seen looking at a ladybug that flies away from her wrist, and then Rocky and Money inform Alex about their plan of moving to California, but he apologizes, stating that he will not be able to travel with them because of his father. Money meets with a guy named Raul and sells him everything that they have stolen from the house. Raul pays him a tiny amount for the sold items, and Money was clearly unhappy and asks him the rates of the stolen Rolex watch. He replies to him that such things cost very little on the black market. After looking at Money's disappointed face, Raul gives him a tip and recommends him to steal cash from a house and gives him the address. Alex, Money, and Rocky are seen dining in a restaurant where Money explains his idea of stealing the money from the old man's house. Money narrates that the daughter of the old man was killed in an accident by a rich girl, and they have paid him $300,000 as a settlement for his loss. Alex disagrees with the idea and states that this can be trouble for his father, and makes them recall that they took a promise of not stealing money from anyone anymore. Rocky agrees to the plan as she needed the money, but Alex leaves the restaurant, making it clear that he doesn't want anything to do with this robbery. The scene changes and we see Alex in this home when he receives a text from Rocky, who requests him to do this last job for her because if they can get the money, then Rocky would be able to take care of her mother's problem. After receiving the text, Alex starts contemplating the robbery. Rocky is seen at her house where her mother taunts her while sitting with her new boyfriend. Rocky gets frustrated with this conversation because her younger sister, Diddy, is also present. Diddy shows her wish of going to a beach and surfing with Rocky, and then she receives a message from Alex who confirms that he is ready to help them. Rocky reads the text message and promises her sister to get her out of here. Money is seen keeping an eye on the old man's house while Rocky and Alex are also in the car. Alex looks at Rocky's tattoo of a ladybug and questions it. She discloses the story of a ladybug that used to give her courage when her father left her and her mother, and the blame for their separation was put on her. Alex listens and feels sympathetic toward her, and he informs her that he will come with them to California. Money, after scanning the house from the outside, comes back inside the car and mentions that everything is clear around the house, as he has noticed no one coming out of the house for almost 5 days. A dog then attacks their car, and on being called, the dog returns to the blind man. They notice that the old man is blind, and Money recommends stealing the money at night. At night, they get rid of the dog by giving it an anesthetic drug in a cookie, and when they try to enter the house by using the key from Alex's father, they find out the front door was locked with multiple door locks. Rocky recommends going through the back door, but it was also locked. Money attempts to open the storm cellar door, but it was bolted shut from inside. Rocky looks at a small window and decides to go inside through it. Alex informs her that she must disarm the alarm within 30 seconds and gives her a remote that will help her do it after she is already inside the house. Rocky breaks through the window and manages to disarm the alarm within the stipulated time. Alex and Money come through the front door and get into an argument regarding Rocky, but right then she opens the door and asks them to enter the house after taking out their shoes to avoid making any noise. After entering the house, they start looking for cash, and Money goes upstairs to the bedroom where the blind man was sleeping, listening to the video recording of his daughter. Just as Money was about to release gas to make the blind man unconscious, but instead, he gets shocked when he sees blind man getting up and turning off the TV. The blind man falls asleep, and Money leaves from there after releasing the gas in his bedroom. He returns to Alex and Rocky, who were standing in front of a door that was highly secured, and they decide to open it, thinking that it may have the cash they are looking for. Money tries to open the door with an iron rod, but he fails and draws his gun out. Alex looks at the gun and questions him about it. Money states that he has brought it for their security, but Alex decides to back out and asks Rocky to accompany him. Rocky denies coming with him as she needed the cash to move to California with her sister. Money shoots the lock, but Alex leaves as he gets uncomfortable with the entire situation. The blind man from nowhere then arrives and starts shouting who is inside the house. He steps on the piece of a door lock and realizes that someone is trying to burglarize him. Rocky and Money get scared of the blind man, and Money orders her to stay still while pointing his gun at him, and Rocky gets to his side without making any noise. The blind man keeps advancing toward Money, who keeps warning him, but he does not listen to him. Suddenly the blind man grabs the gun and manages to point it at Money's head. The blind man questions him about how many more people are present, and Money replies to him that he is alone while looking at Rocky. Money keeps begging him to let him go, but he shoots him in the head, and Rocky was seen watching. She gets really scared after realizing what the blind man was capable of and decides to hide inside a closet. Alex also decides to return after listening to the gunshot, and when he enters the house, he looks at the blind man who passes by him. The blind man locks and covers all of the windows and doors. On the other hand, Rocky texts Alex and requests to help her by informing him that she is inside the closet. Alex texts her back and reveals that he is also inside the house and has come to save her. She tries to leave the closet, but the blind man appears there and opens the safe to check the money. Rocky is seen watching and memorizing the password. When Alex arrives to save her, she opens the safe and gets all of the money. Alex looks at the money and states that it is more than $300,000 and suggests they exit through the storm cellar door. As they were about to reach the basement door, the blind man appears and listens to their footsteps. He points the gun at both of them but does not shoot them. At the same time, Money's phone starts ringing, and the blind man shoots in that direction and moves away, dragging Money's dead body. Alex and Rocky reach the basement. On the other hand, the blind man smells different odors and realizes that there were 3 of them. They reach down the basement and are shocked to find a girl with the name Cindy bound by ropes on a bed. The blind man listens to the sound of bells as Cindy rushes toward them for help. Alex suggests her to move away from there, and Cindy then explains them that she is the same girl who is responsible for the death of the daughter of the blind man. Apparently it was all about taking revenge from the person who took away all the happiness away from his life. Rocky decides to save the girl, and she directs them to a safe with keys inside it. They set her free and reach the storm cellar door. As Alex opens the door, the blind man arrives and starts shooting at them. Alex gets hit on the ear while Cindy succumbs to the shooting. Alex and Rocky succeed in surviving the assault, and the blind man cries at the death of Cindy while yelling "my baby." The blind man gets infuriated and turns off the light when Alex and Rocky were trying to escape from the basement. He keeps chasing them while they were unable to see anything in the dark. He catches Alex and tries to shoot him, but his pistol runs out of bullets and Alex manages to escape. They succeed in getting out of the basement, and as they reach upstairs, the blind man's dog, who by now was back in its sense after being drugged, was waiting for them. Alex calms the dog and requests Rocky to leave from there, but the blind man starts knocking at the door impatiently and the dog attacks him. Alex and Rocky lock themselves inside a room. The old man goes to his bedroom and gets his gun while Rocky manages to get inside the ventilation pipe to get out of the room. The blind man opens the door and the dog attacks Alex and makes him fall on the roof on a delicate glass. The blind man comes down and hears the screeching sound of the glass. The blind man tries to shoot but misses Alex. Alex regains consciousness and tries to run, but the blind man continues to follow him and beats him up after getting hold of him. The blind man then picks up gardening scissors to kill Alex, and the scene shifts to Rocky, who is about to escape from the house, but the blind man captures her and knocks her out. When Rocky opens her eyes, she finds herself in Cindy's place, and the blind man explains to her how Cindy killed his daughter and was not sent to jail because of belonging to an influential family. He states that Cindy was pregnant with his baby that he has now lost because they broke into his house, and now she will have to pay. He fills his semen in a tube and informs Cindy that he is not a rapist and will not force himself on her, which is why he is going to inseminate her by artificial method. But before he could have done it, Alex arrives there and attacks the blind man with a hammer and binds him. Rocky gets mad at the blind man and beats him. She asks Alex to call the police, but he informs her that if they want to take the money, they cannot inform the police. The blind man also suggests them to take away the money, and Alex asks Rocky to decide. Alex and Rocky are seen trying to escape from the house by taking the money, but the blind man arrives as he has been doing throughout the movie and shoots Alex. Rocky gets a chance to escape from the house, but the blind man's dog starts chasing her. Rocky gets inside the car, but her bag containing money falls outside. She sets a trap for the dog and locks it inside the car and picks up the money, but the blind man appears behind her and knocks her out. The scene then switches to the start of the movie, where we see Rocky being dragged by the blind man toward his house. After reaching the house, Rocky opens her eyes and looks at the security alarm remote lying beside her. Before the blind man could have done anything to her, Rocky starts the alarm in the house, due to which the blind man was unable to focus on her footsteps, and soon the alarm turned off. Rocky attacks him with the iron rod and he falls to the basement. Rocky picks up the money and runs from there after hearing the police sirens. The movie jumps to an airport where Rocky is seen with her sister and sees the news about the blind man. The news anchor reports that the blind man was injured brutally during defending his house from being burglarized and has shot 2 of the culprits who broke into his house. She also adds that the blind man has not reported anything missing from his house while Rocky walks away after listening, and the movie ends here. Overall, Don't Breathe is a great movie to watch with an amazing storyline, so make sure to check it out. To watch many more exciting recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let us know in the comments section about the next favorite movie that you would like us to recap. Thanks again for watching and stay safe and healthy.